every day you get up and there's something new that's going on in the Bitcoin ecosystem to think about. And it never stops until you go to sleep. And then on the weekends, it's still happening. And some people think that's a negative, right? Some people like the idea that the stock market stops trading at 4 p.m. on Friday and it doesn't start trading until 9:30 a.m. on Monday. But I think that's a weakness of the 20th century. And I think the differentiating factor of Bitcoin for the 21st century is it never sleeps anywhere in the world. And that means there's always something to consider. And that makes it the most interesting asset in the world. And that's a competitive advantage. In the world we live in, there are hundreds of thousands of things competing for your attention. And the winner is going to be the most interesting thing.
Here's the scoop on Bitcoin's wild ride. Last week, it took a victory lap, gaining almost 2.5% to reach $26,535. The secret to its success: the struggling US dollar, its arch nemesis, couldn't keep up against other currencies. The saga continues this week. Bitcoin started with a modest 0.5% gain, while the US dollar index, which measures the dollar against other currencies, was down by 0.14%. It seems like most crypto traders are banking on something exciting this week. Let's dive into what's fueling their optimism. This week, all eyes are on the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC. On September 19 to 20, they'll be sipping tea and nibbling biscuits while deciding what to do with interest rates. The Federal Reserve faces a tough decision. Last week, the U.S. Consumer Price Index, CPI, showed slightly higher inflation. But core inflation, which tracks the CPI minus food and energy, didn't follow suit. It's been on a downward trend since July 2022. That's why most Wall Street bets are leaning towards a rate pause this week, almost 99% probability, says CME. Interestingly, it was 97% last week and 93% the week before. So what's this bullish something for crypto traders? Rate pause expectations. But keep in mind that the Fed will also spill the beans on its economic projections for the rest of 2023, which could include rate hikes. So where could Bitcoin go this week? Well, rate pause expectations might drive it towards resistance around $27,000, where the 50-day and 200-day exponential moving averages, EMA, and a multi-month descending trendline converge, a 1.5% jump from its current price. But beware, a sell-the-news pullback after the September 20 rate decision could bring the focus back to the horizontal trendline support near $25,650. Buckle up. Crypto folks are in a tizzy about rumors that BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is switching its focus from Bitcoin to XRP. But wait, there's a plot twist. Many in the crypto community doubt the credibility of these claims. Some even call it fake news. They point out the lack of credible sources and evidence to back up this switch. While there is a connection between Ripple and BlackRock, it's not clear if this means BlackRock is abandoning Bitcoin. Robert Mitchnick, who currently heads digital assets at BlackRock, previously worked at Ripple Labs. BlackRock is currently awaiting SEC approval for its spot Bitcoin ETF application, showing its commitment to playing by the rules. So is this a game changer or just some crypto gossip? Only time will tell. Let's continue our enlightening discussion with Michael Saylor.
From the years 2020 to 2024, that was the great transition of Bitcoin from being a retail asset in the crypto ecosystem, offshore, unregulated, poorly understood, the Wild West. And by the end of 2024, it will have emerged as an institutional asset in the mainstream financial ecosystems on Wall Street. Bitcoin's coming to Wall Street. And this is, it's like, I guess like college, you know. You started as a child and then you left home, and freshman year is very scary. And you've got 4 years of adjustment. And you you encounter people that are better educated than you or smarter than you, that come from parts of the world you've never been to, maybe that have more power than you. And initially it's a bit scary, but by the end of your college education, you're ready to go out in the world and compete with everybody else. And I think that coming out of 2024, Bitcoin is emerging as an institutional grade asset, and it's not going to be competing with the Bitcoin forks or other proof of work coins or, Sam Bankman-Fried's favorite yo-yo token, but it's, or, apes or cats or, crazy crypto things. It won't be thought of as that. It's going to be competing against owning a block of real estate in London, or owning New York, or owning a ton of gold, or owning a building, or perhaps owning $1 billion of the S&P index, or owning 1 million shares of Apple stock. And so definitely nobody thought that in 2019 or 2020. But if Bitcoin's going to grow up, right, Bitcoin's on a path to go from nothing to 500 billion to 10 trillion to 100 trillion dollars to 200 trillion. At some point, it should be 10, 20, 30% of all of the wealth in the world. If it's going to grow up like that, then it's inevitable that it had to be embraced and was going to be embraced by Wall Street. So if we consider the significance of BlackRock and the ETF, first of all, the real important point is there's broad-based consensus now that Bitcoin is an asset class. And that's a major revolution. If Fidelity and BlackRock and if 10 other ETF issuers all agree that Bitcoin is an asset class, right, it should be 10x to 100x bigger than it is right now. There's also a broad-based agreement that sometime in the next year, a spot ETF will be approved. And that's also significant. I think the third significance is this is not BlackRock taking over Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin, being embraced by BlackRock, right? This is Bitcoin being embraced by Wall Street. Now, nobody on Wall Street, none of these ETFs, none of these leaders of these money managers have said, we just heard about Bitcoin, we're here to fix it. What they've said is, we heard about Bitcoin, it seems like everybody in the world wants it. And since we offer people gold and bonds and equity and other forms of investment options, we have a vacuum and we are lacking, and we won't be complete until we're offering a Bitcoin product.
That wraps up today's crypto news highlights. Stay tuned for more updates, insights, and analysis from the world of cryptocurrencies. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content.